Good morning. Good morning. It's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I am here to pull some cards for this coming week. I don't know that I've ever done this, not that I can remember, so it's been a long time if I have, that I've done this the day before. So it might seem sort of strange. Am I out of... You're probably thinking that something's weird, something's amiss as far as the calendar, because I usually do this in 24 hours time, roughly. But I really felt like I wanted to be here and pull some cards for this week ahead on Sunday. So for me, right now, it's Sunday, the 17th of January. It is 7:32 a.m., so quite early. I've not long got out of bed, and I just felt like I wanted to be here, so I trust that. So how are you doing? And welcome, extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. If you're new to watching, welcome. Let us know if you're new so we can welcome you. What I'm going to be doing is using my combined Animal Kingdom Oracle cards with my Speed of Light Oracle. These cards have been combined to form a 110 card deck, and I'll be using those for our guidance today. What I'm doing is I'm going to lay the cards out in an intuitive way, and then I'm going to read them intuitively for the week ahead. So yeah, we'll see how things fit and how things fall into place as we get through our week. A reflection of last week. Very much on point. I don't know how you felt about last week's cards, but they certainly seemed to make sense as the week got on. And the theme card was focus. Remember about holding position and being careful not to let other people or naysayers pull us out of our position, especially once we made our decision. And that has certainly been the case for a lot of us last week. So very keen to see what the energy wants to do and what guidance wants to come through for the majority of us at this time. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared supports you at this time. So as always, please take on board what feels right, what resonates, and what fits into your life easily, and let the rest go. Suddenly it feels really stuffy in here, just really strange. It's kind of hard to breathe suddenly. So we will see what comes up with the cards. So take a nice big breath, and I'm shuffling the cards and asking the cards to show us, the majority of us, what we need to know this week, the 18th of January through to the 24th of January 2021. So let's see. Okay, and in my mind's eye I see how I want to lay these out. Some of you are probably interested, so I'll tell you. It is an upside down capital T. Oh, we've got a visitor. Puss, come and say hello. Here she is. Good morning from Miss Puss. She's not very happy. We won't let her outside at the moment because we've had to poison a wasp's nest and the poison's very toxic for cats, so she's probably eager to go and lay in the grass, find a sunbeam. Okay, there you go. All right, so I have the cards laid out. We have 2, 4, 6, 7 cards, and I'm going to turn them over now. She leaves like confetti, a spray of hair everywhere she goes. Okay, first card, Shock Horror, is a featured card, but this is Stellar Cycle. So here it has further instructions, which say to draw the 4th card from the top of the deck. So before I turn any other cards over, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's this card. Ah, interesting. Let's see what else we've got here. Okay, lots of dolphins and stags. We've got lots of dolphins and stags. Interesting, interesting. Let's see. Wow, we've got quite the lineup here. So let's see how we go. See how this fits and resonates with you, although keep in mind it might not really 100% fit in, or hopefully 50% fit in at the least, until we go through our week to come. But let's look at the first cards this week. So this is the start of our week. So the start of our week feels to me like Monday and into Tuesday. So Monday the 18th into Tuesday the 19th of January. And we have these two cards. This might not be easy to see, but it's stars. It's stars here. That's the night sky, and it's card 55 called Stellar Cycle. This card talks about 1 year. 1 year, or we could say the long term. So this suggests that there's something happening or something that we're thinking about early in this coming week that has to do with the rest of our year to come. So it might be our plans for our job for the year, for our relationship, for our home space, our living space. We may also be thinking about what we want to apply or dedicate time to for the long term. Maybe we want to start a new hobby and the hobby starts up. Actually, yeah, my hobby, my main hobby, which is playing the trumpet, our rehearsals start up again on Monday for the year. So this actually fits in super brilliantly for me personally, not even being on Monday. So maybe there's something that's starting for you, or something that you're thinking about, or that you're being really encouraged to make some time for, a hobby or some important thing or a change that you can dedicate time to for the coming year. So if you've been thinking about starting a hobby, it might be a great time to think about applying that early this week. But coming with this card for more information is this card. It's a Speed of Light Oracle card, number 21. And it says initiation. It says mastery, milestone, progression, and greatness. This implies to me that we're stepping into quite a powerful, empowering time for ourselves, that we are making progress. It might be slow. It might be slow, but the thing is that we're coming out of a lower period. So we might be able to look back on the last couple of weeks, the last couple of months, or even last year, and say, and recognize and see for ourselves when we look honestly, that we are actually improving. Things are progressing for us. So it's going to be really important to tap into that, if you like, early in the week. The progress that we are making, the strength that we are building, the clarity that we are getting, the focus that we are getting better at. So this sense of progression from where we were feels to be important. There is also initiation energy with this card. So this is about being initiated into a new level, being initiated into something that is really important for the long term. So especially for the year, but for the long term in general. So this should, if this resonates with you, and as you get into your Monday and Tuesday, this should make some sense to you. So think about your progression and think about how you can keep progressing by looking at what you can dedicate time to this year. Do you need to create that regular exercise routine? Do you need to create a regular meditation? Do you need to step into a hobby or something that gives you excitement? Something that you can learn? Something that will help you potentially progress personally. So that feels monumental, we could say, starting the week. So if you don't like the video, please leave. It's very easy just to turn it off and go and do something you love, because there are some of us that do resonate with this. So please go and do something that you love, and we will focus on what we like to do. So then we move down. So we're moving down into Wednesday. Wednesday feels to be a bridge that will help us access the rest of the week. And the rest of the week we have a lineup. I've got 5 very strong cards here that are flanked by stags with the dolphin in the middle that are coming up for after Wednesday. But Wednesday's energy leads us into the rest of the week. So there's some bridge feeling here for Wednesday. And it's interesting because we have the dolphin for Wednesday, but then under the dolphin, which I'll talk more about later, is the other dolphin right in the middle of these 5 cards, which are flanked by 2 stags. So there feels to be a lineup and a really strong energy that's coming in after Wednesday. So Wednesday feels like that inner part of the hourglass. It feels like the bridge, or the bridge that takes us to another place or another land or another time, if you like. So Wednesday, there's something bridge-like about it. And we have the dolphin, which is called action taking. It's card 10. And this is especially for Wednesday, the 20th of January. The bridge, somehow. It says, move on, horizon, forward, and let go. This is about letting the sun set on old parts of our life that haven't been working for a while. These parts of our life that have expired, these parts of our life that don't support us and haven't supported us for a while. How much longer are we going to roll around in the mud of these situations that have long expired? We probably know inside that they've expired, but we've been denying or avoiding the truth about how we feel. So there is this sense of allowing the sun to set on Wednesday, meaning the sun to set on those old parts of our life. Because as the sun sets, it actually makes space and room to let the sun rise on new parts of our life that want to open up, new doors that want to open for us. Yeah, don't worry about people spreading negativity. If it's bad, I ban people. I'm not afraid to ban people because it's really important to me, as I've said recently, to create a safe place. And safe place before it was this trendy thing, but a safe place for people to hang about and to be themselves. I'm not afraid to ban people who don't resonate with this stuff. So don't let it worry you at all. It's okay. So what doors do we need to close midweek so we can let new doors open? There is a sense of action. There is a big sense of movement with this card too. So we might feel quite active. We might feel quite motivated and quite focused and inspired on Wednesday to close old doors, to allow new doors to open. But there is this strange feeling of bridge for Wednesday. So bridge, the bridge between two things, the bridge that drops us into this new lineup. And we have a lineup. Honestly, it feels like a lineup for a sports team or something, and I don't really do sports. But so we're flanked by two stags here. Both ends, stag. We've got the unhappy stag, the sad stag, we could say, and the new direction stag. And we might find that we sit in this sort of energy. So from Wednesday on, maybe Thursday and into the weekend, there is this kind of toing and froing. Are we in this kind of stag energy? This is card 40 from the Speed of Light Oracle. And it says, lost, help, guide, path, discouraged. He's the sad stag. He feels like he's off track, like he's done something wrong, he's gone backwards, he's taken a wrong turn. We might feel like this at times, especially from Thursday onwards, where we're wondering and maybe overthinking where we are in our life, what we're doing, what we're living through. And there might be a sense of loss of direction with this stag. But right on the other end, and there's 3 cards in between these, we have the other stag from the Animal Kingdom Oracle cards, and it's card 42, called New Direction. And this is like the upgrade of this stag. That's how I always saw it, but they don't really come up very often together in a reading. So this stag shows us, reveals to us, is what I want to say, this new direction that's potentially available to us. So we're probably at times going to sort of play between these energies, where we feel lost, where we feel like we're off track, and then at times where we feel like we're really strong, we're really focused, we're on path, and we're going in that new direction. So this sort of energy coming, pushing and pulling to the surface, back and forward after Thursday is the feeling here. So let's remember that the good thing about this card is, kind of feels sometimes like it's not that encouraging, but there is actually good qualities about this card, which shows us that a lot of this, what we're thinking, this lost, off track, stagnant, stuck, sad sort of energy, discouraged energy, a lot of it's in our mind. So if we can get our mind cleared and get our mind back on track, then that will likely help with this card. So it's actually highlighting a mental overwhelm or a mental overthinking, that things may not be as bad as we think. So let's keep our mind in check, and let's also remember the really great thing to remember, I find anyway, you might find it helpful too, is that we can never be off track. We can never be off our path, ever. It's our mind that makes us think we are. We can never be off track because it's our path, and our path is always under our feet. It doesn't matter if we think we're running too fast. We can even walk on our hands. We can feel like we're walking backwards. Our path is always under our feet. It can't be anywhere else because it's our path. So no matter how fast or slow we might feel we're moving, our path is under our feet. So with this card, it highlights that our mind makes us think that our path is way over there. We've taken a wrong turn, we're going backwards, things aren't right on our path right now. It's a mental thing, it really is. So think about, as you're juggling this energy, you might find this really loud after Thursday, you might find this really loud and this just in the background. You might find one of these stronger than the other, or you might find they kind of evenly balance out. But what is really important to think about, or to remind ourselves, is to get focused back on track, to get focused on our path and the strength of our path and our instincts that keep us aligned with our path. So we're always on our path. It's about getting our head now in the game, our head on board, our thinking on board, to staying on track, staying on that path. So interesting energy there, flanking. Let's go straight to the middle of the cards. These feel very non-linear. So we've got, like I said, this lineup of 5 cards flanked by the stags, dolphin in the middle. These feel non-linear, so I feel like we're talking about Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And these could play out at any time through that time period. So I want to go straight to the center card, which is the other dolphin. So as I've already talked about this dolphin, for Wednesday specifically, that dolphin drops us down into this other energy as the bridge. So I'm going to go straight to the middle card now in this group of 5, which is card 6, the dolphin. And the dolphin says that it's time to celebrate. So as we come off Wednesday, and as we juggle this sort of, are we on track, are we off track, and our overthinking that may be thinking the worst or helping us stay focused and aligned on the direction that we take, as we're sort of playing with that energy later in the week, there is this sense of dropping into Thursday in this celebratory energy. So around Thursday, the 21st of January, there is this sense of it being time to celebrate. So what is there, and this will make more sense hopefully as you get through the week, but what is there to celebrate? What is there, if celebrate's a bit of a big word and it's like, well, I can't really celebrate that much. Maybe for you or for some of us, it's about what can we be grateful for? Because great gratitude sort of leads into celebration. Celebration is, quite one end of the spectrum, if you like, whereas gratitude will ease us into that celebratory energy. So maybe around Thursday, there is something to celebrate, something to be grateful for. It could be that we're getting through a yucky situation. It could be that we've come out the other side. It could be that we're stronger than we thought. It may be a birthday or an anniversary or some type of milestone that we're celebrating or that we're grateful for. But this is definitely a celebration. There's an uplifting, there's a breaching the waters, there's an uplifting feeling that's coming in as we first move into Thursday. Okay, and then on either side of the dolphin, we'll start with this card, Healed. So card 34, Healed. So again, this is for Thursday to Sunday. So it may play out for you Thursday, it may play out for you Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure. All these are overlapping together. So this is the Healed card, and it says golden light, wounds, blocks, and dissolve. This is about healing for our physical body. So our physical body may require healing. It may require some rest, some downtime, some quiet time throughout the latter part of the week. It may not be the whole time, but some of us it may be, where our body needs to rest, it needs to recoup, it needs to recharge. So let's trust in what our body needs, especially from Thursday onwards, in regards to its healing, its health, its well-being. And then the last card here in this group of 5 is Gaia, card 33. And it says, spring, nature, message, listen, and life. Life calls us this week, especially later in the week, but there's a lot of movement, a lot of inspiration potentially coming throughout the week as well. We might find that nature calls us and we just feel we have to get our feet, get our body, get our breath into nature. To heal, perhaps. For some of us, it might be to heal. For some of us, it might be to step into nature to find some things to celebrate, to find a change of viewpoint, to find some things to be grateful for. For some of us, it might be to help us focus on our new direction, or to get our mind out of the way so we can focus on that new direction that's calling us, or that's available to us now. So nature will likely call us this week for some brief or some extended period in nature if possible. But the key with this card is about listening to the message of life. What is life telling us at this time? We can usually hear it most of the time, or for some of us, in nature quite well, but life around us is also teaching us. So our immediate environment, what do we need to really listen to in our environment later in the week? So, very interesting group of cards here, and the way they're lined out is extremely cool. So see how you go. Let's see how we flow this week. So I'm going to get ready now to pull a card for the theme. Before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. If you would love to learn more about me and the work I do at Temple of Balance, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. So we have my next online art class, which I would guess I'll be doing these for about the next 4 to 6 months. So not going to be something I offer forever. So if you would love to learn some art with me, then my next art class is coming up. It's online, it's on Zoom on Saturday the 30th, which may be Friday the 29th for you. And I've also got my next 12-hour healing event happening on Thursday the 4th of February. And our focus is heart. So we'll be diving into that for 12 hours. Can't wait. So I'm looking now for the best card for the theme. The theme's going to help bring all of these days together. I feel like I've got cat hair now all over my lips. Help bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for this week coming the 18th through to the 24th of January. So what's the theme? The overall theme for this week is this here. Could it be? Oh, it's the tiger shark. Card 20. This is beautiful. The tiger shark's message says to open your heart. So it's going to be really important for us to bear in mind this week as we push and pull and move through things, as we bridge gaps, as we make changes, as we take action, as we get back on track. All of these things as we move into our healing time, as we really listen, as we start up our hobby again. All this sort of stuff we're being encouraged to do with an open heart. To do with an open heart. And there is a sense here that this open heart energy almost counteracts the heavy, mental, discouraged, off-track, sort of heavy energy here of the stag, which is very mental. It's very mentally focused. This brings the opposite. So it potentially softens this energy. If we drop heavy into this, it might not drop as heavy for us if we are in an open-hearted space. There is a sense of vulnerability here with this card because the tiger's revealing its most vulnerable side, the tiger shark. It's revealing its most vulnerable side, its underbelly. It's exposing itself in its most vulnerable way. And we may have to do that throughout this week. We may have to drop deeply into our heart and our vulnerabilities. It's not a bad thing to feel sensitive and vulnerable. In fact, I find it takes a lot of strength and courage to admit, hey, I'm feeling sensitive right now. I'm feeling vulnerable. And usually for me, as soon as I admit that to myself, I start feeling stronger. So we could drop into a heavy space, overthinking space, where we step out of our heart and we might feel overwhelmed with our sensitivity. But we're being reminded to stay attentive to what the sensitivity is. It might be a sensitivity that's showing us that something in our life isn't right. Something about how we feel or how we've been treating ourselves or how we've been treating others may not be supportive or the best way to go. So sometimes our sensitivity can reveal things that aren't working. So instead of pushing your sensitivity away, drinking it to death, or muting or numbing it with other things, distractions, whether it be things like alcohol, drugs. It could be distractions like, it could be any sort of distraction. It could be things like television, just hanging out on social media. It could be wallowing in the problem, but not looking at it from a solution perspective. So can you access and really listen to your sensitivity and allow that to help push you through and break through problematic areas of your life? So let's think about how we can drop deeply into our hearts this week and keep our hearts open and use that to help us move forward in our life. So open heart with the shark. So thank you. I trust this resonates. Have a fantastic week. Happy birthday, happy anniversary if you're celebrating, and I will be back again soon. So I'll see you next time. This post, hopefully, this post should now be pinned. The Facebook video should be pinned to the top of my Facebook page, so please come back and check on it throughout the week to get your bearings. I'll also upload it to my YouTube channel, that's Temple of Balance on YouTube, a bit later today, and also on my website. So you should be able to access it if you need to. Have a fantastic week. Thank you so much for stopping by and connecting with me today, and I will see you soon. The sun's out. It's beautiful. Bye for now.